Hello, this is Meena here, extending a very warm welcome to my channel Grow Joyfully. We are traveling this very joyful journey of doing aerobic composting at home together. I hope you watched the video on Introduction to Aerobic Composting. We are in part 1 series now. This series has 4 videos explaining how to get started with a new batch of aerobic composting. I hope you have seen the first 2 videos on composting bins and browns. In this video that you are watching, we will learn about what greens are and how to use them. I have put 3 handfuls of browns here. Today what I have shown you is a mix of dry leaves, shredded cardboard, shredded newspaper and dry flowers. Whatever is available you put. It can be a mix, it can be only dry leaves, only cardboard shreddings, no issues. Please follow the ratio. So I put 3 handfuls in each of these buckets. Now I shift my focus to greens, which are nothing but vegetable waste and fruit waste from my kitchen. So these are the fruits that I've used in the last 2-3 days. So I have the peels here, some of them are overripe ones, not used. And now I also I've collected in the last 3-4 days to show it. So I have a lot of vegetable peels here. I also have coffee grounds here. Even though coffee grounds look a little dry, I've dried them and they are brown in color. They are not browns, they are rich in nitrogen. So they also come in the category of greens. From the kitchen, if you are using eggs, you may also get dried eggshell powder. Since I don't have eggs, I don't add them. I don't use eggs in the kitchen, so I don't have access to them. Now, if you look at it, the pieces as we peel are like this, or maybe something like this. So just to ensure that the pieces that you put are about 2 inches, 1 to 2 inches. Okay, so you may cut them into smaller pieces like this. The same logic holds good. When the particle size is small, the surface area gets increased, and aerobic bacteria actually live not on the entire material, they live only on the surface of these greens, so particles. So they need to be moist. The greens will anyway emit out water. So smaller the particle size, higher will be the population of bacteria. They get more surface area to multiply, to populate to the side. Then do I have to bother about converting them into tiny pieces like this? No, not necessarily. Even with your hand, if you see a big piece, if you do like this, it's enough. Right? You should not, it should be a joyous process. It should be hassle-free. Suppose you say some pieces are big and I don't have the time. Like this is big, I don't have the time. It's okay, you can put it inside the bin. As I said earlier, this will get decomposed, but larger the particle size, slower will be the rate of decomposition. Some people ask, can I put all of this in my mixie and then mash it and bring it so that it's very tiny? I would say no, a definite no. From 2 angles. One is we are trying to talk about a zero cost aerobic composting. So why use power? That's one point. The second point, and more important, is that if you kind of make them into a mash, putting it in the mixie, there is every possibility that it will get matted as it resides in the bin. And when the completely mixed up stuff remains matted, then it will obstruct air circulation inside the bin. And when air circulation is obstructed, aerobic bacteria cannot breathe, they die. In their place, anaerobic bacteria come and they generate gases like hydrogen sulfide or ammonia, which result in the obnoxious smell. So absolutely no need to put this into a mixie and then convert it into a full mixture. No need at all. As you cut, you keep it aside. If possible, you cut them into small pieces. You may say, My kitchen generates other kind of waste also, but those are not to be added here. Let me give some example. I have some sambar leftover, rasam leftover. No liquid cooked stuff should ever get into the aerobic composting bin. All your biryani, pulao, cooked rice, etc. You may say they are only dry. Can I put? At least for the first few batches, I would say no, because any smelly stuff that you put there will invite rats and other creeper crawlies. So until you learn moisture management, I would say no to all of these. And similarly, do not put any dairy products like milk or dahi, your curds, yogurts, etc. None of them can be put in the bin. And do not put any non-veg stuff also, bones, fish, etc. because they will be smelly, there will be a lot of odor, and they will invite rodents. So remember, these are items should not be put in the bin. So stick to vegetable peels, fruit peels, coffee grounds and tea grounds, and eggshell powder. I have mixed my greens, vegetable peels and fruit peels, and I'm going to follow the same formula 1G3B. So I just add 1 handful of greens and spread it. One handful of greens. Similarly, 1 handful of greens. Suppose you say, this is all I've got for the day. I don't have this much. This is okay. But before you close the bin, always ensure that you put some dry matter, that is browns on top. This will again ensure that you don't have fruit flies problem, because for many of us it can be a nuisance. So always take some brown material and ensure that your brown material is mixed. It's kept on top. This is exactly how you do the layering, and simply ensure that you have a bottom. At the bottom you have kept a container to keep the leachate. So you can close your container. If you have space, you can keep them horizontally like this in a cool shaded area, somewhere in your utility area, bathroom or balcony, under the staircase, etc. If you say I have absolutely no space, you can see that you can put them, stack them vertically like this. They hardly take any space. This is how you get started. It's time to take stock. In the next video, I am summarizing what all we learned about starting a new batch in aerobic composting, and I request you to watch this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.